Good morning, hazy sun. Well, good morning. Today is Sunday, September 12th, 2021. I am outside the colony, just outside the colony in the city of Lewisville at a park called East Hill Park. I've never been here myself, so let's go explore it together. Come hang out with me. Every park's got its rules. This one seems a little older here. It looks like they're open till 11 p.m. That's pretty late. Livestock is prohibited, so you won't see any horseback riding out here. However, it does seem that they have a pretty sweet playground out here. To be a kid again. Then again, kids these days don't get to play on the playground equipment I got to play on. There's some nice shaded picnic areas here too. Although I can't say I've seen a kid in a cast in at least a year or two. When I was growing up, lots of kids were in casts. They were the lucky ones that get to have your signature on their arm. Not so much anymore. I guess it's working. Well, the trail system seems to be nice and paved here. I have seen a few runners and a father and his two little girls and some other people just walking around enjoying the morning air. It is going to be a little warm today. It's going to be the 90s, but man, it feels nice now. Looks like they got some non-mow areas over here. Kind of wish I could have a non-mow area on my little property. Right over there they have some water treatment areas for those tanks that they'll pump out to the water towers. There's a high-pitched sound over there that's bugging me a bit. I don't know if you can hear it on the camera or not, but it's just kind of grating there for a bit. Looks like this path just ends up in the neighborhood over there. It may snake back in, I'm not sure. And these trees are pretty thick, but here seems a little pathway here. Let's go explore it. I'm not so sure this is really a path or it was just a clearing. But I would call this a dead end. This park may be a little smaller than I thought it was. I thought it went all the way to the lake, just from looking at a map. This is the neighborhood over here. So let me see what I can find coming down here. It looks like it's been mowed. Went down this little drainage area. I'm not seeing much over here either. This would be an excellent area to start cutting a path through. Lots of these thorns though. And unfortunately, lots of leaves of 3 as well. I'm wearing pants this time, but I'm still going to be careful with that. for a neighborhood park, this is really not that bad. I just wish they would cut some trails in the woods there, because it is a bit of a beautiful area. I'm kind of sad that you can hear the freeway noise though, but you know what? That's pretty much every park around here lately. Even the Bill Allen episode I had, I can hear traffic noise in the distance. And I've seen plenty of dogs out here with their owners. This would be an excellent area to build a dog park. Not sure what it would take to get something like that going. But people, if you have dogs, let them run free. This would be a great area for it. Just get a nice little fenced off area. And the proper facilities out here. I'm hearing a little cracking of the branches out here. There's gotta be some kind of critter. These woods are pretty thick though. There's definitely something eating these leaves here. Kind of a unique pattern. In fact, some of these leaves, there's not much left. I'm not sure what this tree is called, but when we were growing up, we called these things horse apples. I don't think they're quite edible, but they were good at sling at long distance. That's what we used them for as kids. It's been a while since I've seen this guy. But there's somebody up there with a motorized parasail. Way off in the distance there. I'm zoomed in all the way so I can get in closer to him. I used to see this guy almost every weekend. Come to think of it, it's been a number of years since I've seen him. Just gently plugging along here. If you're not aware of how the water systems work here, they actually treat the water and they store them in these ground tanks here. Then they're going pumping through pipelines to water tanks such as those way off in the distance. And those water tanks, they just fill them up. And gravity just pulls the water back out whenever you open your faucet, and that's what provides your water pressure there. Here's a cool thing at the playground. Little standard shift vehicle here. I'm curious how many of you know how to drive a standard. I happen to know how to drive a standard. I just don't have the opportunity lately. Not as many vehicles that are standard shift anymore. To me, they're kind of fun to drive. I don't know. Leave me a note in the comments. Do you know how to drive a standard? Or have you never been in one? Just curious. Looks like somebody tried to do a little art project here on the picnic table. A little paint drippage hit the ground as well. Doesn't look intentional at all. Nice thing about this place is I don't see much vandalism. And I hope to keep it that way too. And if you're wondering, no, as far as I know, I do not have COVID. I don't have the symptoms of COVID. Yesterday on September 11th, I did spend the whole day sleeping. I was exhausted. And that's something you gotta be careful with too. You do need to get out, but you do need to rest as well. And we spent a week without AC in our house. Got it turned back on Wednesday. Finally, it's nice and cool in the house again. Work is always busy. And I did take a road trip this past weekend to Farmersville. And if you haven't seen that video, go ahead and watch that video. It's pretty neat to see the history of these small towns. So sometimes you got to take a break, and that's why I didn't film on September 11th. That's why I'm filming today on September 12th. It was the 20th anniversary of the 9/11 attacks in New York and Washington areas. And trust me, I remember tons of details from that day. I remember details that you would normally forget 20 years from now. But that day changed the whole world. It changed me. And we will never forget. But the key is, The key is we're forgetting some things. We're not going to forget the attacks, of course. That was traumatic and very sorrowful for all the people we lost that day, needlessly. But there are some things we are forgetting. I remember the attacks on 9/11, and I remember everybody being in a fog on September 12th, 20 years ago today. But there was one thing that was different. Even though everyone was in a fog, they were looking out for each other. So remember one thing about 9/11 and 9/12, 9/13, 9/14, and the weeks and months that passed after that. Don't forget to love one another. I think that is something we miss so much in society today. Politically, things are askew. Yeah, I'm not going to get into that. We have a pandemic that's causing heartache and inconveniences. But please do not forget to love one another. The more I think about it, this is a great place to have a cup of coffee. Maybe some breakfast burritos in the morning. I wouldn't mind that. I will say this. Kudos to the city of Lewisville for having a recycling bin. Just outside the park here is a little Wheatland siren with a little solar cell. Wonder if this is completely solar powered. Kind of doubt it, but it wouldn't hurt to have a little solar backup. Right there's the antenna that they receive the information on when to turn on, when to turn off. Word of advice though, these outdoor sirens are for just that. They're for outdoors. If you're outdoors and about like that, that's where you're going to get your warning, either that or your phone. I always suggest that you have multiple ways of getting your information in case there is a local emergency such as a storm or tornado or something else that happens. One place outdoor sirens are not for is your home. Your house should have a weather radio. Any and all hazards that happen where they're going to light up these sirens, you'll get on your weather radio. It'll be inside your house and it has a little alarm on it. That alarm will sound and will wake you up. We have two of them in our house, one just as a redundancy, but I highly recommend the Midland one. And it's woken us up every time there's been a severe storm. You can change the settings on there. So you can have it to where it's going to alert you on every little thing or just on the certain details you want. The only one you can't turn off is tornado warning, and you don't want to turn that one off. But if you have a thunderstorm watch or a tornado watch, you can turn those signals off. It will have a little light that comes on. It's not bright, just to let you know, hey, you're under a severe thunderstorm watch or severe thunderstorm warning. But when the actual events happen, that siren will sound, and it's loud, and it will wake you up. And I appreciate that, because I can't hear the outdoor sirens inside my house. Right down the street from this park is the Colony Walmart. A few trucks have spent the night out here. Some Walmarts will allow you to spend the night, some will not. This one technically does not. And that's not the Walmart itself, it's a city ordinance. A lot of your major cities will not let you stay overnight in a parking lot. Now, I understand if it gets abused, but people are traveling, and it would be nice just to have a safe area, get a little shut-eye, get refreshed before you hit the road again. One thing's for certain though, I'm gonna mask up. Kind of a nice electric step down. So all you had to do was wave your hand in front of it. And it won't lift the lid anymore. It'll close it, but it won't lift the lid anymore. I don't see any of those in here. I guess I got too many complaints of them breaking after a year or so. But I guess this one will do. In fact, I didn't see any of those in here at all. So that tells me they were having some issues with them. One problem I have with my AC is finding an air filter for it. It's next to impossible. But I did find this air filter, and it's a permanent air filter, and I'm curious if this will be a good solution. Just looking on the back of it, they show how to rinse it out. When I grew up, our family had a permanent air filter in theirs, and it shows to rinse it out with water here and then spray this type of cleaner here. I don't see the cleaner, so I don't know if I should get this or not. I do have some time before it's time to change filter again. I just changed it on the 8th of this month. Y'all let me know what you think about these permanent air filters compared to these other air filters. I usually get the one with the carbon in it. Helps clean the air a little bit better, I think. Let me know in the comments. Is it worth it? Just a point of reference here, those air filters that I normally get, the carbon ones, are $13.88 a piece. They're supposedly 90 days, not really 90 days. These others, with the size I have, which is 1 by 20 by 25, is $38.88 a piece. But those are permanent, so you can take a garden hose and rinse it out. And they do recommend this cleaner, which I do not see on the shelf here, so at least not in this aisle. Let me know in the comments what you think. Yeah, we all have our little fantasies. And I always come by the RV section to see what's new and how much things are priced. I do not own an RV. Someday I'll be shopping this aisle for real. You do take a gamble when you get these 2 packs of eggs like this, but so far I really haven't had any broken eggs that I can recall. We do eat a lot of eggs in the house. This yogurt is pretty nice. I enjoy it. Have you tried it? Let me know in the comments. Let me know if you have another yogurt that you prefer. Getting some sandwich meat as well. Our Sunday tradition is usually to grab something for breakfast out and about. We do fix breakfast ourselves sometimes. We'll have some kind of egg dish or something. Sometimes a casserole. Let's get something different every now and then. Well, scrap that idea. That Subway doesn't serve breakfast anymore. Just gave my bread already and said, nope, we don't have breakfast items, sorry. Hey, he told me I can go to the other end of town and get one of those breakfast sandwiches, but that's a little much. I'm going to pass on that. That's okay. We are in Texas. We have a Whataburger in the parking lot. I have a peaches and cream shake. It's been a while since I've been to a Whataburger. That does sound interesting, but I think I'm going to pass. I do like that they have items like Pico de Gallo burgers. That's pretty cool. And here we go. Hey, thanks for hanging out with me. I really appreciate it. And I appreciate all of the positive comments I've gotten. It really means the world to me. So please make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. That helps me out tremendously. And if you do subscribe, please click that notification bell. That way you're notified of my next upload. Yes, Sundays at 7 is the usual time that I would do an upload, but sometimes it may be at a different time. I did that one week where we filmed from Friday through Monday. So that was the one time I did that, and that was my vacation on a log cabin video. But also, we're on Instagram. Check us out on Instagram at GettingOutInLife. And the other social media sites that I have, and I'll have it listed below in the description. But for now, y'all take care, be safe, bye.